Hello and welcome to episode 131 of Movies and Us. I'm PJ.
And I'm Marcus.
And this is the review show that reviews genre movies from the beginning sometimes. And today we are covering the 2017 animated release I should say, of Justice Leauge Dark.
Ooh.
It was directed by J. Olivier, screenplay by Emil Olbacker.
Nope.
Emmy Olbacker.
Nope. Ernie.
Wow. Ernie Olbacker.
If you don't hover over the highlighted name, I could definitely see how you get all those other.
Yeah, they just blended together.
Yeah.
It was also story by Ernie Olbacker and J.M. DeMatteis?
Yep.
Sure. Starring Jason O'Mara, Jerry O'Connell, Rosario Dawson, and Roger Cross. Also starring Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is also, who plays John Constantine also played John Constantine in the live-action John Constantine TV show. And
I forgot to look into that, yeah.
And the Arrowverse John. It's the same actor.
Nice.
Just for people.
Did he dye his hair for that, you think? Oh, you probably wouldn't know. You probably watched it.
I mean, his hair is blonde.
No, when you cover over his picture, it's definitely black. Right?
No, I mean, in the show, it's blonde.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely blonde. Anyway, Matt Ryan, Camellia Luddington, Nicholas Turturro, Ray Chase, Roger Cross. Wait, he played two blood roles in this. Interesting. And Colleen Villard, also starring J.B. Blanc, Jeffrey Vincent Parise, and Fred Tatasciore. Also Enrico Colantoni, Jeremy Davis, Alfred Molina, J.B. Blanc.
Wait,
what?
Alfred Molina?
Alfred Molina, yeah.
Who the f***?
He was the bad guy.
Oh, it's like I'm hovering over, like, what character was that? Yeah, by that point I was checked out in the movie. Okay. I was like, who?
J.B. Blanc, Brian T. Delaney, Jeffrey Vincent Parise again, and Laura Post. Since it's an animated movie, there's not really much behind the scene for it's only the second movie to be rated R.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What's the other one? I should have about you knowing. Sorry.
This movie's got a
Although, hold on, because it does say it in spinoffs, so maybe the Flashpoint Paradox is rated R? I don't know, man. They were doing some dark shit in that.
It was probably that one with the doll maker.
No, I don't think that was. Yeah, I think so. I just edited that.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember what the other R one was.
Oh, Paradox was fucking PG-13. Wow.
Yeah, I know. How about we just type
I feel like that would have been R.
R-rated DC animated movies. Killing Joke.
Really? Okay. I feel like most of them could get R-rated, the R rating, I guess. But okay, that makes sense.
This movie has 78% on Rotten Tomatoes. It earned 3,325,000 in domestic video sales. So, not a lot.
That's not bad, though.
It's about average.
Yeah.
It has a sequel and a spin-off that we don't need to talk about.
You said box office. Let's talk about box office real quick. Yeah, since you said 3 million, something, blah, blah, blah. Let's do the top 100, guys. We're going to do through 100 through 90.
Sure.
So first time in the 2017 box office. Oh, wow. I'm looking at it right now. Nothing lands in the top 5.
Of the movies we're going to cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the top 5 is not great.
That's fine. We're not covering a top 5, though. This is nowhere near top 5.
I know. It's just like, wow. So, at number 100, a movie called, with $61.1 million, a movie called, Doraemon, Great Adventure in the Antarctic Kochi.
Sounds like a foreign animated film.
It is. I'm not reading. That's a big synopsis. So I'm not going to read that. At number 99, we have a movie called Everything, which made $61.7 million.
It must have everything in it then.
Yeah, it's a teenager who spent her whole life confined in her home falls for the boy next door. Aww. Number 98 was $62.1 million. A movie called 47 Meters Down, TJ.
Drilling movie?
No?
No, I don't know.
It's horror. Two sisters vacationing in Mexico are trapped in a shark cage at the bottom of an ocean. With less than an hour of oxygen left and a great white shark circling nearby, they must fight to survive.
That movie's like an hour and a half of just one shot.
Yeah. I remember seeing the trailers for it at the time. I was like, that looks like a waste of time. Probably good, though. At number 97 of $62.5 million, a movie called How to Be a Latin Lover. Oh, I remember this movie. Finding himself dumped after 25 years of marriage, a man who made a career of seducing rich older women must move in with his estranged sister, where he begins to learn the value of family.
Sure.
Sorry. The Star came in at number 96 with $62.8 million. Want to guess what that is?
It's about a person who was a star and then was not anymore.
No.
That was my best guess.
I hesitated because it's about Christmas time and Jesus was a star and then became a star. You know what I'm saying? So, a small but brave donkey and his animal friends become the unsung heroes of the first Christmas. It's like a manger story, it looks like. Animated, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At number 95 with $62.8 million, a movie called The Mountain Between Us.
Someone's got to travel to probably a star-crossed lover trying to get across a mountain.
You're kind of good at this. Stranded after a tragic plane crash, two strangers must forge a connection to survive the extreme elements of a remote snow-covered mountain. When they realize help is not coming, they embark on a perilous journey across the wilderness.
It's not hard.
No. Oh my God, why is this
like when you give me something like Star, where it's very generic, I gotta just make a guess, but otherwise the titles give away to what it is.
Number 94 with $63.1 million. We have a movie called Detective Conan, Crimson Love Letter.
Well, I know what that is. That's an anime.
Oh, you want to elaborate? Because that's a big description I'm not going to read.
Detective Conan is, I believe it's a boy detective, and it's a very popular anime. He's just like he's a kid that's a detective, essentially. That's one of the probably 1,000 movies about him.
Okay, that's what the picture looks like. Again, I'm not reading that description because that's a paragraph and a half. Oh, we've heard of this title before. TJ, come up next at number 93 with $64.2 million with a movie called Suck Me Shakespeare 3.
Did we? What?
Yes, we have talked about Suck Me Shakespeare before. I know there was a second one. Yes, because I remember editing. I was just editing one of our podcasts recently, and it has come up. Suck Me Shakespeare 3. I think we talked about the first one, and apparently there was a second one, and now a third one was made.
I don't remember talking about the first one, and that's a title, though, right?
That is very much a title. So this in Suck Me Shakespeare 3, a bank robber becomes a teacher after being released from prison and finds himself at the center of a number of crazy adventures. It's like adult and kids having just a comedy. But yeah.
Okay.
So it's apparently a series I'm not expecting. Number 92. $66.5 million. We have Victoria and Abdul.
I'm going against my gut here. I'm going to say romantic comedy.
And what did your gut say?
My gut said it wasn't romantic comedy. It was just there could be 1,000 things that could be about with just the two names.
Well, I don't think it's a romantic comedy, but it seems clearly like Oscar bait. Victoria and Abdul is about Queen Victoria strikes up an unlikely friendship with a young Indian clerk named Abdul Karim.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yep. And at number 91, American Assassin with $67.2 million.
Do I even need the guess?
Yeah, go for it.
It's an action movie.
How'd you guess, man? Looks like Michael Keaton's in this one too. Yeah, Michael Keaton's in it, and some other people. Let me read the description real quick. After the death of his girlfriend at the hands of a terrorist, Mitch Rapp, Scott's a terrible name, is drawn into the world of counterterrorism, mentored by tough-as-nails former U.S. Navy SEAL Stan Hurley. God, this sounds so generic.
Mm-hmm.
And the poster looks so generic.
I mean, the title is generic action movie, so...
Oh, man. What made some money, I guess. And that's the box office for this week. We'll come back next week, of course. Back to you, TJ.
Well, that's everything. Since I own this movie, I do have a couple trailers.
Oh, nice.
For Wonder Woman.
Oh, the live action one, I guess?
Yes.
Okay.
That's coming out this year, so makes sense. And for a movie we had already covered, Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders.
I don't remember that
60s
movie.
animated. 60s Batman animated.
Oh, is it the one? It's an homage to those movies?
Yes.
And I was bored of that movie, right? I think I hated it or something.
You didn't hate it. You just thought it wasn't as good as the original.
Yeah. It's too hipstery.
Yeah, it was a little too much. It was long, too. Very long.
Yeah. It felt however long it felt.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's it.
Yeah, go watch those reviews, guys, and come back and finish listening to this one.
Ready to dive into this movie?
Yeah, I'm ready to dive into the movie.
All right. So before I do dive in, I want right away to know what you think of this movie.
Okay. What I think of this movie. Well, I was ready to give my honest review about this. There's a lot I like about this movie. And there's a lot. There's like some stuff I don't care for in this movie.
obviously. That's why kind of my question, because I came out of the movies thinking to myself, was that movie good?
No, I think it is good. I think it's solely good, mainly perfect, because it's like, this is just things I have not seen in 141 episodes. It's the first time we're seeing shit like this. Like, I needed this. There's Justice League's here for a minute and they're gone, and it's just Batman going on a supernatural hunt. Fine, I'm cool with that. Yeah, that's great.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, like that's great.
Weird because like I'm watching this movie, and as I'm watching it, I'm like, am I crazy, or is this movie actually decent here?
It's very decent. It definitely. Now that being said, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. The things I didn't like, definitely don't like, and those things make this movie feel like the whole runtime. It didn't feel fast. It didn't feel long. It just felt like an hour 15.
Yes,
but it is a solid watch, I feel.
Yeah, because like when I came out of this movie, I was like, I don't know. I think I liked that movie, but it didn't feel like I should for some reason.
No. I think we liked it because I feel like you're a fan of like supernatural and stuff like that, and this clearly has those vibes. I like demon stuff. I like this kind of elemental crap a lot. Remember, we liked the Constantine movie. It was one of those movies that could have been better, but was okay as it was.
Yeah.
And this like Constantine in it and demon shit. So
all right. So the movie opened up very surprisingly, very dark.
Very dark. I loved it.
With just regular people being attacked by demons, and then comes to find out that they're just seeing demons and killing innocent people. So like this woman, it starts off with this woman just seeing demons and then running down demons, and it's actually she's running down people. Then we cut to this dad about to shoot his family because he sees nothing but demons, and then he's like, I gotta shoot the demons, and he takes, Wonder Woman stops the woman, by the way. And then Superman comes in and stops this guy, and then he takes Superman to shed. Come look at the demons, and he opens up, and he's just massacred a bunch of people.
So good.
And then Batman goes to a woman about to throw her demon baby off of roof because it's a demon, and he's almost talks her out of it, but then he turns back into a demon. She chucks the baby from it. Batman saves her, and then she commits suicide and kills herself. And she's on the ground with blood from her mouth.
It's so good. It's so good, TJ.
This opening was like, because I went into this like, okay, here we go, another animated movie, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like watching I'm like, what is going on here? This is not my animated DC.
No, this is how you open a movie, and like I said, it didn't pull any bunches. Like, oh, these people are murdering people.
Like when
when the lady mowed down the people, civilians with her vehicle. I was like, you're thinking like, okay, they're gonna be injured. No, they're dead. She killed these people. Like, holy shit.
Oh yeah, they went with their hard R.
Yeah.
And like when I saw the demons, I was like, I rolled my eyes. Oh, like, oh god, demons, here we go. And then I was like, oh wait, that's not what I was expecting. Okay,
right. Now, my only, I guess, criticism to this section is I wish they would lean harder into it, and like how you just said, oh god, demons, whatever. But they kind of like they showed you that it was humans in the beginning. I kind of wish they would have waited a little bit longer with that reveal. So you're kind of rooting for her to kill these demons, and all of a sudden you see like, oh, these were actually people. Whereas they show us as actually people, and she's doing it, so we kind of like already knew it. So that's all. But overall, it's still a good opening.
Oh yeah, I mean I guess it's true.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing they did it, but I just wish it was been like they would have held that a little bit longer.
I get why they did it that way though, because they have a lot to get through.
Yes. Oh yes.
Because not only do they have to tell the plot, they got to introduce like 5 characters.
Yes, and that's why they kind of sidelined the Justice League, and I get it. Like, don't have for all this.
Technically, Justice League Dark is a branch of the Justice League.
Yeah.
So it's like the magic side of the Justice League. So it makes it the Justice League shouldn't have really been in it at all.
Makes sense.
As such. So like when I'm going to go into a little bit of comic here right from the start. Like if you look at the cover of the box of this movie, the poster, it's got like all the new characters and Batman at the front. And I was like, oh, here we go again. Then just throwing Batman in there because Justice League Dark was run by Wonder Woman.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, there was an iteration before Wonder Woman that didn't have anyone the main one, but the Justice League Dark that I know was run by Wonder Woman. So I was like, why didn't they put a Wonder Woman in it? But then I watched this movie, and just to see Batman's straight face to this magic stuff, I was like, oh, this works.
Yeah, no, Batman is clearly better than that, because I think Wonder Woman wouldn't fit, especially because Batman is a grim, dark, gothic character. No. And he's like such a like straight lace, like you say, he's straight face face-wise, and he's like, he's science. He's like, this is all bullshit, right? It's science.
Yeah. So like the way they played it really worked for this movie.
Yeah.
But like, as a member of, as like a team, the Justice League Dark, and tackling supernatural things, this works as like a one-off movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Batman's just put with these characters.
Yes.
Whereas a team, it makes more sense to me, like that Wonder Woman runs that team and stuff like that, because Batman's more sciencey and stuff like that.
That's fair.
She's because she's steeped in magic.
Yeah, she's used to this kind of stuff. That makes sense.
So when I saw them just put Batman on there instead of Wonder Woman, I was like, this is just another, we gotta have Batman in it. But no, it really works.
I mean, but it definitely is. We need Batman in it, but like I said, it does work.
Yeah, it's like because he's just like he has like what 8 lines.
Oh, the whole time throughout it, they do some crazy magic shit. He's like, I love it. They go through their hip to hip. They go and chase demons. He's like, just stands there and is like, what the is going on?
Yeah,
I love it.
So there was another, what was it? Justice League? No, Teen Titans. We watched where Batman was in it. That we really like Batman too because he's not the focus.
Yeah, there was that one. There was another one. He's in the back. It was one of the Suicide Squad ones that I enjoyed. Where he was in the background doing things. Like that's how I like my Batman, just to the side doing his things.
Right, because Batman is a good character. It's just people rely on him too much.
Yes,
and if you just use him as part of the story, he really works.
Yes.
And I think it really worked here.
It really did. Because like when people use Batman, they make him a god complex. They put too much god shit into him. Yeah. Or they like make him too grim, dark, and depressing. They don't have a good balance to him. So when they are restrained with how they use him, it's perfection.
Yeah, but he's definitely the straight man in this, and
it works.
Because that's what Batman is. He's the straight man to all the craziness, and that's what he's supposed to be.
Yes. He never gets caught up in the craziness. Like, there's a scene where they're like trying to fix somebody and it's trying to magic. He just pulls this tactical, like, I have a syringe and just zap him back to life that way.
Yeah, someone's about to die. He just pulls out an epinephrine pen and it's like, boom, you're alive. Yep. And what I really like about it is Batman's very much just a utility player. He doesn't come in and save the day or anything. He's just part of it. You know what I mean? They really focus on the magic users in this movie and let everyone else shine. Batman's pretty useless against the magic users, honestly. Yeah. I mean, he shows his intelligence and that he can hold his own, but he's not the person that does the saving in this at all.
Yeah. And it's very refreshing to see that.
So, anyway, it opens up dark, and...
Are we about to, kiss this movie's ass for the next hour, TJ?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to go an hour.
We're going to kiss his ass for 20 minutes. Okay.
No, this movie's got problems.
Yeah, but small things in my opinion. I don't think it has anything to be like...
No, but this might be the best animated feature we watched.
I think so. Yes. I think so. Which is, it's bad because there's a sequel to this, right?
Yeah.
It might set the bar too high for that sequel because I saw the sequel as it closes off a 5-story arc bullshit, whatever. So that sequel might not do as well as this, but I'm cool with that.
Well, to be fair, that 5 story arc started with Flashpoint Paradox, which we watched and was garbage. Yes. Justice League War, which we watched and is garbage.
Exactly.
And then the other 2 are the Death in Superman and Reign of Superman storylines.
Which is going to be pretty bad.
The last animated movies we watched of them were bad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a good story, so if they do it well, maybe. And maybe. The problem we had with the last one is that they combined the 2 stories into one movie.
Yes.
That's the Superman and the Reign of Superman. So maybe since they're 2 separate movies.
It should.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully for the best, guys. Hopefully for the best.
So anyway, yes. So after, we establish what the problem is, all these people are seeing demons and stuff like that and killing people. We spend the next, 20 minutes introducing characters?
Oh, well, the Justice League gets together and Batman gets
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's we established
then the credits open and then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going beat by beat through this movie.
I know. We should, though, because it's a good movie, talking about
it. It is, but...
yeah, that's fair. But yeah, 20 minutes of just here's the players in this movie.
Yeah, so the next 20 minutes we introduce the characters. We start with, let's face it, the star of this movie, John Constantine.
Yes.
And
I never read the stuff, but I feel like...
Let me say this just for the fanboys out there. I know it's John Constantine. I don't care. It sounds bad. It's John Constantine.
Yeah, Constantine's better.
Yeah. Constantine just sounds better. Deal with it. I don't care.
Deal with it. That's coming from a fanboy, guys. No.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say was, I never read the stuff, so I'm not a fanboy. But I think this is a good iteration of Constantine. So
Yeah, I mean,
that's my consumption at least.
It's a watered down version of the Vertigo John Constantine, but it's on par with the DC version of John Constantine, which is in the comics these days.
Okay.
Because in the Vertigo stuff, I mean, when they say he's a bastard, I mean, John Constantine is a bastard. Like, he is, like, I don't want to say a bad guy, because he saves the world and stuff.
Well, he's selfish. He's a
he saves the world at his own benefit.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
And the things he does at the expense of other people, I mean, man, John Constantine's a bastard.
Yeah. Which I should read that kind of stuff, because I feel like I would like that a lot.
You would.
Yeah.
Anything from that Vertigo era, John Constantine, I think Swamp Thing was in there, and the Sandman was really good too.
The Sandman, as in what? Because I know there's like different stories of the Sandman title, so I don't know which. Like, is it the who wrote that? The guy, Stephen King Sandman?
Stephen King, no.
He wrote no.
I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I can find out now. Neil Gaiman.
That one?
Yeah, that one.
That story? Okay.
Yeah. Neil Gaiman, Sandman, DC Vertigo. Honestly, you could probably just put it in Sandman Volume 1, and you would find it easy enough.
Probably.
But...
yeah, we digress.
Yeah, we digress. So, yeah. We introduced John Constantine, and actually, what's his name? Why am I blanking on this? Jason Blood.
Jason Blood. Who's Jason Blood, TJ?
Jason Blood, well, we don't really find out here. But Jason Blood, man.
That's just the guy that did the whole thing?
Huh?
Which one's Jason Blood?
Oh, he's the demon.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's what I thought, okay.
Jason Blood, wow. I don't even know where to start with Jason Blood. He is like the in today's continuity. Let's go there. In today's continuity, because, you know, everyone's origins gets flipped and such and everything around, but nowadays, Jason Blood is from Camelot days, essentially. And Merlin technically cursed him. I don't remember if it's the same reason in the movie where it was to save his life, or if it was just to trap the demon. But he put essentially a curse on Jason Blood to make him bound with the demon Etrigan the demon, and so he's cursed for immortal life to keep this demon bound to him, and he can say a phrase it's essentially a rhyme to summon the demon. And what happens is when Jason Blood is summoned to Etrigan comes to Earth, and Jason Blood actually takes Etrigan's place in hell.
So good.
So,
you know why I like this movie a lot, TJ? It's everything you just said, obviously, but it's just heavy D&D vibes too. Like, this could be like, these are characters in the campaign, like those are campaign stories. Like, that's why I like it too. It's like, yeah, I miss playing D&D.
Yeah, well, these characters are all created during a period of creative darkness, I want to say.
Yes.
You know, like, this is a time where comic books are really starting to go dark. Mm-hmm. And these characters reflect that.
I love it.
Anyway, so John Constantine and Jason Blood are playing poker with three demons. It's called the Demons 3. The Demons 3 are comic book characters, but I'm not going to dive into them. They're not in it enough to really matter at all. But so they're playing cards. The demons are cheating. John Constantine lets them cheat, and then at the end it's shown that, hey, John Constantine knows how to cheat too. So he cheats and wins, and then there's a big fight scene. And he forces Jason Blood to summon Etrigan by taking control of his mind.
I love that.
Because John Constantine's a bastard. And after he wins and takes everything he wins, we get introduced to the House of Mystery. He
wins something important, though.
Yeah, he wins the Dreamstone.
Which is like the whole MacGuffin, right?
Yeah, well, it's funny because the Dreamstone was just the focus of a DC crossover event called Night Terrors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where everybody in the world was... almost everyone in the world was put to sleep and trapped in their own worst nightmares.
God, that sounds awful.
And
awful in a sense, like, I would hate to live that, not as a story.
Well, and every comic at the time, like, focused on, like, that specific hero's nightmare and that story within it. And then as the dreams are happening, they start to manifest in the real world and stuff like that. It was a
That's
decent
awesome.
crossover. It took a little long to finish, but
Oh, of
it was
course.
decent. But the Dreamstone's at the center because they needed the bad guy wanted the Dreamstone, or they needed the Dreamstone to counteract the Nightmare Stone. I don't remember. It was too many comics.
Yeah.
But anyway, we get introduced to John Constantine in the House of Mystery. House of Mystery. It's a magical house. It was a set-in for of anthology comics, horror
Okay.
comics, hosted by Cain and Abel for some reason.
Oh, wow.
And they lived in the House of Mystery. I think it was the House of Mystery, and they would tell different horror stories in the anthology comics and stuff like that. It's just a magic house. That's all you really need to know about it. That's outside of time and space and stuff like that. Blah blah blah.
Self-explanatory. Yeah.
And in the House of Mystery apparently created a human version of itself called Black Orchid, what looks like a purple swamp thing person.
Well, like a female Jarvis.
Kind of. Yeah, it's weird looking. I'm not familiar with this character. I think it was I think they implanted her into this for some reason because I don't think she had anything to do with the Justice League Dark or the House of Mystery.
They saw Jarvis existed in Age of Ultron. Like, oh, we should do that.
No, but the Black Orchid character itself and in that design did exist at the time in DC.
Okay.
It's actually the 4th iteration of Black Orchid.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, but what I think is they transplanted her from wherever she was in the DC universe into this because I guess they thought she looked cool.
Yeah, probably that.
All right, and then from there we get introduced to Zatanna.
Now, I knew her because I used to play Injustice all the time, the mobile version. She was in that. Like, oh, it's Zatanna.
Zatanna is a magician, stage magician, essentially.
Yeah.
She is the daughter of Zatara. Zatara was a Golden Age comic character who was essentially Zatanna, but in like the 40s and 50s, you know.
Okay.
And this is his daughter. She's one of the most powerful spellcasters in DC continuity. Yeah. And she's got she's like pure magic, and all of her spells is making things happen by saying what she wants to happen backwards.
Really powerful. Really cool.
I don't know if they did it in this movie, if all of her magic spells were backwards.
I wonder. I mean, that's the easy thing to do, so why not, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but like I would have to actually put on the subtitles or look through the script and see. Mm-hmm. But in the comics, anytime she casts a spell and you read it, and if you read it backwards, it tells you exactly what the spell is.
That's really cool.
So, and she's an on again, off again love interest of John Constantine.
Before we get to that, I have things for that. So a question about the nitty gritty of her talking backwards. Is it every word's backwards? Is like I say the backwards,
yes,
dog, or is it like the sentence is backwards? It's like so she's saying the dog ran fast, or is it like fast dog the ran or some shit like that?
No. When she says the dog ran fast,
yeah,
it is. She says EHT.
Okay, GOD.
GOD.
God,
yeah.
blah blah blah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
a sentence forward, but every word's backwards.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I was just curious. Because I had to visualize that in my head. That's really cool. Yeah. It sounds Latin as But now going back to, like you said, she's on and off of John Constantine.
Yes.
That's what I didn't like about the movie. I'm fine that exists. I'm fine they mentioned it in the movie. But it was too much of that bickering going back and forth. It's like, oh God, just play up.
To be fair to the movie,
yeah,
they're like that in the comics.
I figured, but that was very much like, Jesus Christ, just ready or something. Like, God damn.
To be fair to your argument,
yeah.
To be fair to your argument, this was a romance kind of implanted when John Constantine moved from Vertigo to DC because Zatanna was always DC. She was never in Vertigo.
Gotcha.
So when John Constantine when Vertigo went under and all the characters moved to DC Universe, they kind of wrote Zatanna. Zatanna actually became bigger when
that's awesome.
Everything kind of became DC. Like the whole magic side of things, all those characters kind of became bigger and stuff like that. But so they have a big, and of course, if you have all these magic users come in that weren't in the universe before, they're going to have history with the other magic users.
Yes.
So. And you have John Constantine and Zatanna used to be a thing. So, I mean,
I do like that a lot. It makes sense. Like, okay, yeah, sure.
Sure, yeah, it makes sense. And John Constantine is actually he's bisexual, so he's more of a, he's loose. He sleeps with a lot of different people.
Yes.
So, like it makes sense. It's also kind of strange because Zatanna also was childhood friends with Bruce Wayne.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Bruce, when he was a kid, went to the greatest person everywhere. You know what I mean?
Oh, true.
The greatest.
That's true.
Greatest this, greatest that, greatest this.
Yeah.
And Zatara, her dad, was the greatest magician and escape artist at the time.
Ah.
So and greatest magic. And even though he doesn't believe in magic, Bruce is a consummate student and wants to learn as much about it as possible. So he went to Zatara, and so they were childhood friends.
Does she know he's him or no? Does she know he's Batman?
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay.
So it's a little, and it doesn't seem like it's hard to judge because we're right in the middle. The year this was released, the New 52 was dead and gone.
Yeah.
They started over with Rebirth, and
That's why the movie's good.
they started. I don't know when this was made though. Who knows how long this was in production.
There's no 52 garbage shit in this one because we would have hated it, right?
But it didn't focus on the Justice League.
Yeah, but I think the New 52 would have made that happen.
Not necessarily.
No, I mean, maybe this is a 52 movie and they actually did something good on the way out, but maybe not.
No.
The track record's not that great for us, so.
Let me see. I'm looking at the writer and seeing what else he wrote.
This is the reason we should like this movie so much. We did see DeMatteis, yes, before. He was highlighted for me before for some reason. He did Justice League Unlimited.
But like I'm not this is all Becker's first movie, so
yeah. He did Batman vs. Robin, Batman Bad Blood.
Who did?
DeMatteis.
Who's DeMatteis?
One of the writers.
Story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The other writer. Yeah, so I mean,
so he has done those and we have seen them.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I was just curious. I don't know how we got there, but yeah.
Yeah.
How we get here?
I don't know. We were talking about Zatanna, and then we ended up there. Yeah, and then who was? Then we also get introduced to Boston Brand Dead Man.
And who's that?
He's a ghost who possesses people.
Yeah.
He's the comic relief in this movie.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say comic wise for him because honestly, spot on from the comics.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, spot on. I mean, not as comic-y. Like,
yeah.
He's not as much a comic relief as much as he is. But his backstory, from everything that I know about Boston Brand, the backstory, everything, and how he acts and stuff like that, this is right out of comics, this Dead Man.
That's great.
Not a fan of Dead Man.
No, he's really annoying. I don't like him, but like, he did really well.
Like, I'm not a fan of the character in the comics either. Yeah. I am not a fan of the character or the stories he's involved in.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea.
Same. Like, he was on screen. I couldn't care for him. But when he would do his thing, like, okay, I can see why they would use him. He seems useful.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't hate that, but he is really couldn't care for him. So I agree with you on that one.
Right.
Like, if they try to make a spin-off for him or his solo movie, like, I would never watch that.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah.
But, so we have Zatanna, Constantine, Deadman, right? Those are the three together at the time. And they're approached by, oh no, okay. So, I forgot. The Justice League are like, all right, we got to figure this out. It's probably magic. And Batman's like, it's not magic. And he's like, I'm not dealing with this. And leaves. And then
he just leaves like, he's so good in this.
He's like, this is stupid. You handle it.
And then he's just forced into it because the Dead Man gets to him. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, it's so like, so
he
that's
does get up and say, this is stupid. That's so right. I didn't even notice that. I need more Batman like that in my life. That's great. Like, I have time for this childish shit.
It's like magic. You people are stupid. I'm out of here. Anyway,
as he's floating in space, talking to like aliens and shit. Like,
yeah,
it's great. Anyways,
but yeah, so he doesn't believe, and then all of a sudden he's seeing the word Constantine everywhere, and it's like, and then he gets possessed by Dead Man, and he's like, what I like about this scene is like, he's like, fine, I guess I'll go see Constantine, but when he confronts Dead Man later, he's like, why did you write all over my walls like a child?
It's so good. Like, he wasn't even bothered by it. It was like, why'd you do that? You could have just came
he's like, you just ruined my house. Thanks. Anyway. So, Batman joins up with them, and it's decided that they're going to go, they have to convince Constantine to join, and blah, blah, blah. And now they're a team, and they're going to go explore this. They have to go meet an old friend of Constantine, named Richie?
Yes.
I had trouble with the name because of Matt Ryan's British accent made it sound like something else.
Oh, like Bitchy or something like that?
No, I thought they were saying Richard
Oh, okay.
or something like that. I thought the name was different, and then when they said it later, Richie, I was like, that wasn't the name they said before.
Yeah.
But
Richie.
apparently, Richie is a character from John Constantine's story. It's funny that they chose him because. Were you going to say something?
I'm just going through the guys. I'm sorry. I clicked on the guy who played Richie, the voice actor. And it's just amazing how many actors will stick to like nerdy stuff. Like I guess they tell their agent like hire me for nerdy stuff. Like he was in American Gods, Twin Peaks, Sleepy Hollow, God of War, The Flash, The Arrow, Supergirl. Like holy, like this guy has a thing he likes. And, like holy shit.
Yeah, people. Why would you do something? When if you have to work, why not do something you're passionate about?
I get Lucifer, Justified, Constantine Heat live action series, Hannibal. Like this motherfucker, he gets around, which is great. But it's like he likes what he likes, and I respect the shit out of that. But yeah, it was nothing. I'm sorry to get this side tangents. Like that just caught me off guard. But continue.
But so yeah, this character Richie is from. It's like it's weird that they chose him because the backstory of John Constantine is he was when he was younger, he was a street magician, and he had a group of friends together, and they summoned the demon, and the demon pretty much massacred or otherwise cursed or hurt everyone involved, and in some continuities took the soul of a child, which is kind of John Constantine's story in some versions where he has to save that. He's trying to fix that or whatever, repent for that, blah blah blah. But Richie came out of it relatively unscathed.
Oh, wow.
So it's weird that they chose him here. It's also weird that they chose him because he's just a guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's a collector of occult things, so they go to him because they need something. He's dying of some kind of mystical cancer.
Is that what mystical cancer?
That's what they said.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the mystical part. That was cancer.
No.
Was Richie in the live action one or no? I know that movie was I feel different.
No, I want to say
okay.
no.
Okay.
All the angels and devils obviously were.
Oh, okay.
Because
I wouldn't think that.
All religious mythology is in DC. So.
Oh, really?
It all exists in some shape, form, or other.
Huh.
Yeah, like Wonder Woman's based on the Greeks. Like, do you know the not the what is it? The Spectre? What the f is his name?
Yeah. The one with the one that short story or the short movie.
The guy in the green.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the Spectre. He's the spirit of. He's the avenging, like
yes,
of actual God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
why don't we get more of that shit instead of just Jesus metaphors of fucking Superman? Like
Lucifer exists. Lucifer.
Why not more of that stuff? Okay, I'm sorry. Like the movies are so bad, TJ.
And like the Amazons,
yes,
are like the tribe Wonder Woman's from, but they have other tribes that are like have based around other mythologies and stuff too. So yeah, it's very strange.
I'm sorry. Again, we digress.
I mean, even in Marvel, all that stuff exists. Like, but all the gods and all the Marvel god stuff is like they're all aliens. So
okay. No, I like the supernatural magic shit. I like this stuff. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's very fun. And it's visually entertaining, so you think they would like lean into that in movies.
Hold on. Let me just get to so they go to go to this
sorry.
They go to this Richie guy and they get some artifact. John's not unapologetic about giving him psychic cancer. So he did something and caused Richie to get it. It's whatever. But this part was very interesting. Wait, no, what is this? Wait.
What?
Wasn't it Richie who they had to go into Richie's? No.
They went to the other guy's thing, yeah.
They went to the guy who was about to shoot his family. They go to the hospital.
You like this?
I found it hilarious. And so Constantine and Zatanna go into this guy's dream. And the bad guy, we don't know who the bad guy is at this point. He casts a spell and creates a shit monster.
Oh, you like that?
It was so stupid. It was hilarious.
It's like of all the things to do, a shit monster, huh?
Yeah. I was like, wait, did they literally just create a shit monster?
Because it happens so quickly. You just see a monster and they think about like, that came out the toilet. Wait a second.
That thing looks like shit.
Yeah. People cover their noses. And this monster actually, like, when it touches you, it disintegrates you. Like, oh my God.
So, did you not like this?
No, of course I loved it.
I was going to say.
This is great. You kidding me?
Why did you surprise that I liked it?
Because this is lowbrow child humor for Marcus, not for TJ.
I thought it was stupid. I was like,
yes.
What? But at the same time, it was kind of creative because
Yes.
it's like, well, he's creating something out of what's there, right? So
yeah, it's like, it works. Again, this
yeah.
movie has done things I have not seen before, so I'll give you this movie.
So yeah, a shit monster. And actually, if you ever played Conker's Bad Fur Day, there's a villain there. What is his name? The Great Mighty Pooh.
So,
And you have to fight him by throwing toilet paper at it as he sings a song at you.
that is great.
But it reminded me of that. So yeah, they fight Poop, and obviously they succeed, and they go into this guy's dreams and find a ring. So they go back to Richie, who's dying, who's being haunted by the Dementors.
Yeah, specters and little deaths, I guess.
Yeah, the Dementors from Harry Potter.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's what they are.
This is where Batman uses the epinephrine pen to bring the guy back to life, so the Dementors can't take his soul.
Love it.
And they come to the conclusion that Felix Faust is behind everything, which is a character you probably have no idea who he is, because Felix Faust is like the common magical bad guy, overall bad guy. He was a Justice League of America villain and stuff like that. So
he seemed like a common person they interacted with.
Yeah, he's the big bad of magic users. Sometimes it's usually him and the immortal Vandal Savage. They're usually those two are like when you think of big bads that no one knows about. Those are the two that come up.
Oh, really? Vandal Savage and him? Okay,
yeah,
good to know.
But yeah, but he's a powerful magic user, and they were like, all right, he's cloaked, so I know one way to find him. And then Constantine takes everyone to go see Swamp Thing. You know Swamp Thing.
I love it.
Which is funny because I probably said this in both the Constantine and the Swamp Thing reviews, but Constantine debuted in Swamp Thing.
Yes.
So
issue 37. I just saw it. I was looking at the price of it. It's $200 for that issue. I want to buy it.
But yeah, it's funny that they kind of nod to the continuity there.
I like that a lot too. It's like Swamp Thing, so it's great.
And Swamp Thing's I didn't like Swamp Thing's characterization in this.
Oh, why not?
Because they focused on him caring about nothing but plants.
Yeah.
That's just not Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, he cares about the green and protecting the environment and all that stuff, but not at the expense of the world, essentially.
Well, to be fair, he does come in and help at the end.
Yeah, but he's summoned.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to be bothered at all.
Yeah, he doesn't choose to come in and fight.
Yeah, no, I thought the same thing, though.
But anyway, something takes them to Felix Faust's hideout, and
he's got that teleportation power you talked about before.
Oh, and Jason Blood and Etrigan also are after the Dreamstone, so they went to Richie.
Who's Jason Blood? Oh, the guy, yeah.
Yeah, he was there after Richie, but he showed up and he was already dying, and so they kind of capture him, and now he's part of the group too.
Okay.
So now they go and attack Felix Faust. Giant fight scene, just a spectacle.
It's enjoyable, actually, too.
It's just magic. What interludes of Batman throwing up something that's ineffective.
But usually he's zoning out during fight scenes, but this one was balanced enough where the main, what's his name, Felix what?
Felix Faust.
He's making it's easy on him. He made it so the main ladies, Zatanna, couldn't talk because she's powerful, and he's like, nah, lady, no girls can talk here because you're crazy, you're strong. And so they all have their what's up?
No, I like his comment. He's like, I made this specifically for you. Ooh, a spell where no woman can talk in my sanctum as they should.
He's great in this, and he's easily holding himself against all these other guys. And it's a good balance, I feel, because they're all kind of getting to him, but he's still nah.
He's so powerful that they need the whole team to kind of take him down.
Yes, or at least keep him at bay until Zatanna's I got my voice back, bitch. Yeah. Bam. It was a fun fight, honestly. I could watch that again and not be sad about it. He's over there just floating around doing magic shit. This is great.
But in the end, they eventually win, and I like Faust's reaction. He's like, I didn't even do anything to require this kind of response.
It's literally just a guy just got arrested by cops. You're still a bad guy, but you didn't do the bad thing they're looking for. It's great.
He could, and it's he didn't even start with that. He's like, why are you attacking me? He's like, oh, you want to fight? Okay. And then when he loses, he's like,
it's so good.
But they realized that Felix Faust isn't the main bad guy, and it was actually Richie who sent them here. He's behind everything. And then
Batman figured that out.
Yeah, because he's the world's greatest detective.
I love that.
And so Richie got them out of the way so he could essentially take over the House of Mystery and burn Orchid to death vividly and graphically.
Yeah.
Like, you see skeleton and everything.
Yes.
Her
Oh, did you? I didn't
skin-
see that in mine.
I think it was. I think her skin peels, and you can see the skin under, and then it goes the skeleton underneath that.
Nope. Oh shit, you do. God damn.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like, well, they really like that R.
Yeah, they you know what, they earned it. God, why would you show that? Yeah, when this twist is shown, my quick question was like, he almost died. Like he was on death's door. How does that twist make sense? But then he says like an offhanded thing, like, "Oh, I danced too close to death this time," or some shit like that. It's like, okay, fair, but
Yeah. So yeah, he's the bad guy, but not really.
no.
He wanted the Dreamstone because he made a deal, and we get this flashback earlier in the movie about Jason Blood and how he became tied to Intrigian. He was fighting against this guy called Destiny, who is a villain.
Sauron.
Who is not really tied to this really. This isn't his real backstory, essentially. This is created for this, I think. But this Destiny guy was powerful in Camelot times, and he was beaten the Knights of Camelot, and then he was defeated by Merlin, who had control of Etrigan at the time, and he summoned Etrigan and defeated Etrigan, defeats Destiny, and then he bounds them two together because Jason Blood was dying, and the deal was if Etrigan helped him, he would free him, and he frees him by essentially binding him to Jason Blood.
I like it.
And so now Destiny was he trapped? No, didn't he die?
He died. He got like resurrected, I guess.
I guess he was like kept alive somehow through the stone.
Yeah.
And Richie had a piece of it in his hand.
So I'll be honest, but at this point, like, for some reason, this third act, I was just like, I was enjoying the hell out of this movie until this like last big battle. I was like, okay, I'm kind of checking out here. So this is all you, TJ.
Like Richie had like a piece of the stone in his hand, and he combines with the rest of the stone, which turns him into Destiny, and then now he's the big bad, and everyone's got to fight him, and he's beating everybody up because he's got this giant force field that no one can penetrate, and it's like all the magic users have to fight them, and one by one they get taken down.
Yeah.
But Batman is sidelined because the Justice League come in, and then they immediately get taken over by this bad guy, and they send him after Batman. So Batman has to hold off the Justice League, and is actually going to lose until Zatanna saves him. But the day is eventually saved by John Constantine, who pretty much beats him by insulting him.
Vicious mockery.
Essentially, he's like, "You're no god, you can't beat me," and stuff like that. So he brings him within the force field to kill him, but Constantine had Deadman in him, and Deadman jumps from him to Destiny, possesses him, breaks the force shield. They beat him, and then someone stabs Destiny with a sword, and I don't remember for the life of me who it was.
It was maybe I don't know. I thought it was the guy, the blood dude, right?
Was it Jason Blood? I don't remember.
It had to be. I could swear he's the one that was holding it.
Oh yeah, because in the past Destiny stabbed him.
Yeah.
So it made
poetic
sense. So yeah, it's like, bookended essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the day is saved, but during the battle, Destiny freed Jason Blood from Etrigan. They're no longer bound together, and that wound from thousands of years ago reopens, and Jason Blood dies.
I was kind of sad.
It was a little sad. I was actually surprised they killed Jason Blood, because Jason Blood doesn't die in the comics.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So it's like, aren't they gonna do some bullshit to undo this? Because I don't want him dead. I like this guy. Which I figure they're gonna undo it in the sequel or some shit like that.
But you noticed,
yeah,
they killed off the human character, but they kept the demon around.
Yes.
So they can bring him back.
Yes. No, I noticed that. That's why I was like, he ain't dead, but.
Yeah, so Trigan, Constantine, and Zatanna bury Jason Blood, and that's it. The movie ends.
Yeah.
Without even going back to the Justice League or anything. It's just no end credit scene, no sequel baiting, no nothing. It just Jason Blood's dead, bittersweet note, and that's Justice League Dark. Surprisingly good movie.
Yeah, competent, in and out, fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's good. Not preachy or lecturing or trying to be overly smart and like go over you. I was like, no, this is a good movie. The twists make sense. The characters are great. They're fun. Batman's sidelined the whole time and it's just great in it. Like, I have like, look, there's a movie for a shit monster and you think we would like hate it, but no, it's good. It's so good.
It's like, we come into these animated movies already expecting to hate them with such low expectations.
Because we thought we were going to like them at first, but they just kept proving us wrong.
Right, because there's so many bad of them.
Yes.
So now when we go into one and it's just semi-competent, it gets points. But when it's actually good, it's surprising.
And this one was surprising.
It sure was.
Yeah, I don't like the little nitpicks I had earlier. They're very small nitpicks. Like,
actually,
but overall, yeah.
You know what? I don't think we actually talked about the nitpicks in general. Let's just go over our problems with it. What did you have a problem with?
Like I said at the beginning, where they kind of revealed that the demons were actually humans. I wish they would have kept that a little bit longer, and the whole bickering between Constantine and Zatanna. Too much of that. But that's the only nitpicks I really had story wise. Like there was just like that's not bad for me. What about
you? Nothing that really hurt the story. No, I just have like a little character problems with like Swamp Thing only caring about the plants and stuff like that. But like nothing that really hurts the movie.
Exactly. And like not taking away your nitpicks, but like your nitpicks are because you're a comic book, like you know the stuff. If it's like if you're just seeing it not knowing the stuff, does it really hurt the movie?
No.
Yeah. Exactly. My nitpicks don't hurt the movie. It's just like nitpicks. That's all.
No, it works all around because even the changes they made worked for the movie.
Yes.
So it's like, and as a one-off, just Justice League Dark movie, everything that they chose to do is actually pretty good.
Yes,
I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised this movie is only at 78% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I thought the same thing. I was like, 78 is kind of low, right? Or am I just crazy? So I'm glad you're like on the same page with me.
I'm like, this movie is way better than some of these other acclaimed ones.
Yeah, because other ones, I can remember, I've been editing the episodes, like you always kept saying some of these movies have like 95, 100%. Like, how do those shitty movies have high ratings? And this damn near great movie has a lower rating than those movies. Like, what?
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe because it's not it's just because it's not based or named after like a big story arc like Killing Joke or something like that.
Maybe it's because it's not called Batman or Superman.
Yeah, it's Justice League and there's like no Justice League, so maybe that hurts people's feelings, I guess.
Yeah. There wasn't no Superman was only in it for like 3 minutes. Oh, they chose to put Jon Stewart instead of Hal Gordon, which I didn't.
That's all great. All great. And like you've mentioned in other episodes, like where they change things. Like, okay, let me phrase this. You said that it should have been Wonder Woman who leads this, right? But they made Batman because of reasons.
Yes.
Never had a problem with that because it felt natural. They made it work. And other things where they change things around, you could feel the changes that were made. I never felt that change.
Here's another thing I will say about the Wonder Woman thing that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Batman's not leading this team.
Not at all.
This is like one case that he just happens to be working on with these guys.
Yes.
So that's why I think it works. It's not like at the end of this, you felt like, I mean, they did offer Zatanna and Constantine a place in the Justice League, of course. But like, you didn't feel like this is Batman's team now. You know what I mean?
He didn't even want to do this. He was like just beckoned to do it. Like, well, I guess I gotta go check out this Constantine fella.
Right.
Yeah, so they made whatever the changes they did for this movie, they made work. And it felt natural. Other movies they made changes for never felt natural. And so they always stuck out weirdly to me until you would bring up, originally it was A, B, C, or D. And I was like, oh, no wonder that didn't fit because the other way worked better. So, yeah, this movie's great.
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say about this movie besides I wish it was longer. I want more of it. I can watch it again. Like, I want more of this.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, this should be the standard for the animated movies.
Or at least until they come up with something better.
Yes.
I guess with that, what are you rating it?
I was at a 7 going in, but we talked about it together and we like hyped this movie up too much. I think I'm going up. I don't know how high I'm going to go up. Like, is it a 9? No. In my heart, it's a 9. In my heart, it's a 9. But I think 8 is real. No. You're giving it an 8?
Yeah, I think I'm giving it an 8.
I feel that's too low. Nah, it's fine. No. In this moment, I want to give it a 9. But comparing it to the future ones, I'm going to... Yeah?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Looking at this movie,
yes,
it's a fun movie, and we like the things in it. But if you look at the story, it's kind of bland.
Yeah, but I would recommend this highly to everyone. Like, go watch this,
guys.
I know. There's not many movies on our list so far. 140 some of my movies we've seen, I would highly recommend to people. This is one of the few.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of movies that got above a 7 either, though.
Exactly, that's true. That's what I'm saying. It's like movies.
So giving something an 8 is not a bad thing, but it's your score. That's why I'm just justifying my 8.
No, you're valid with yours because I'm thinking to myself, the future movies I'm going to give a 9. I know I'm going to give a 9 probably. I like more than like this, so I don't think this is a 9. But in this moment, after talking about this movie for the last hour and a half, it feels like a 9. But I know tomorrow I'm like, it's not really a 9. So I'm going to settle at an 8, knowing that's how I'm going to feel future wise. So I can agree with an 8 out of 10 for this movie.
It's a good movie. It is decent movie.
It is. I mean, we needed this good movie, I feel.
And that's, yeah. Oh, I mean,
animated wise.
Yeah, I considering we thought we were going to start off garbage. But
Yes.
But,
it was.
like-
It's a good way to start 2017.
so like this is how I rate my movies. If it's like good movies are 8, great movies are 9, and then standards are 10s. You know what I expect from that standard
Yes.
of movie. So
See, I would say that. I can't say that for this though.
like for instance, I think I only gave 2 movies a 10.
You think you have Civil War?
No, I
Not Civil War.
gave
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier a 10, and I gave one of the Good and the Bad and the
Yeah.
Ugly movies a 10.
Or I think
It
you
might-
gave it a 9, 10, 10 in that series.
I don't know which one I gave. I think it might have been the second one I gave the 10 to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 8, 10, 9, I think I went. But yeah, so that's my scoring. I don't know what your scoring is, but that's how I judge my movies.
For the most part, same. Like for me, 5 is like the baseline average. Kind of recommend something. So if I can't recommend something, it's going lower. Obviously, if something I can recommend, a 6 is like I can recommend on a good faith. Like I can definitely recommend to people, but certain people. 7 I can recommend to more people. I would highly recommend them to more people. 10 is like the ideal, like I said, standard. Like this is a great. It could have its flaws for sure, but objectively for me, it's perfect. 9, it's perfect for me, but I can definitely see the flaws and they kind of make me feel a certain way about it. 8 is like this. It's like a great movie. I see. I could see. I don't know. I don't know what an 8 is, but this is definitely an 8. I don't know how to verbalize an 8.
It's just a good movie.
Yeah, this is a good movie. I would recommend to people.
It's a good movie that isn't fantastic. That isn't groundbreaking in any way. It's just so competent in what it does.
Yes, like I want to get a tattoo of it, but I don't think about getting a tattoo of it. Like I could get a tattoo of this movie. Like, probably not. Like, yeah, I have nothing. I can have nothing negative to say about this movie.
Yeah, no, there's. It's fine. It's perfectly fine with what it is.
Yeah, that hour was a good, strong hour.
Like the movie could be great, but I think you would have to change the story. Like the script is perfect the way it is.
Yeah.
With minor details here and there, you could that don't affect the score or the story whatsoever.
Yes, like it's like that. What you just said there, because like last week we were trying to figure out not last week, but the episode can't say because it's gonna be a future episode. Shit.
In a future episode, we had problems,
and because the script had a good basis, but it didn't know how to handle it. This movie knew what it was and it handled it perfectly.
Right. And knew what it wanted to do and knew how to utilize its rating. And
it executed everything damn near flawlessly.
It told the story it wanted to tell in as perfect of ways they could tell it.
Yes.
Within the confines of what they were allowed to do with the characters.
It didn't try going over its britches or to undersell itself. It introduced things and it tackled those things without me wanting more of those things.
And it introduced a bunch of characters.
Yeah.
And you got, even though they weren't like extensive, you still got a good feel for these new characters.
Exactly. I may have hated them bickering, Zatanna and Constantine, but I believe their relationship, I believe their past and their present.
And you know who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know their names. You know their characterizations.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a solid, good movie. Definitely go watch it.
Yeah. All right, is that it?
Is it?
I guess now that we did it, it's done.